I am Katie McCleary, and I am the co-founder and executive director of 916 Inc. I went to grad school just down the street from an organization called 826 Valencia. And as a creative writer, I would go there and I was in awe of the whimsical space that they had to teach youth how to do creative writing and to create and make and publish books. And I always feel like Sacramento is sort of in the shadow of San Francisco. And for me, there was just no reason why we couldn't replicate this sort of same program with such fantastic results in Sacramento. The students and the adults will write for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And then there is a share session. And it's always so wonderful to me to see how many youth are eager to share the new baby words on the page. Things that have not been revised or thought about. And they're eager to share it with their peers. And we have a very specific way of giving positive feedback. Then this really whimsical and odd event happens. We have somebody come in who is called Master Complainer. Master Complainer is our editor. And he comes in and he sort of wants to hear what the youth are working on to make sure that it's up to par for publication. And he's whimsical and he has sort of all these little tricks in his handbag. And ultimately the students win him over. And he says, okay, you guys can have a book. But first you have to revise. So then 916 Inc. goes into the revision process. And that's a lot of things for youth. It's about presentation of self, getting things to look good on the page, and for them realizing that this book is going to exist forever. So what do you want to put on the inside of it? This is a sacred object. And that really gets them to, really sort of master the process of writing and revision. So we go into editorial duties, we go into book design, and then ultimately there is this wonderful celebration at the end where a student gets to hold the book in their hands and we christen them an inker, a published author.
I'm Michael Spurgeon, and I am one of the co-founders and a board member of 916 Inc. I think everyone learns a great deal more, perhaps, when it's not simply an esoteric or intellectual activity, but actually results in something concrete, like the books these kids have at the end of the day. They feel like they've actually accomplished something real and tangible.
Academically, it's helped them in many ways. It's almost like looking at, we're a medical school, so we kind of look at the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain in learning. And with the right side, they're using creative thought and their own unique voice. And on the left side, it's almost like they're also learning the craft of writing and the revision process and how to organize thoughts. And that transfers across all the different subject areas at school as well.
We dispatch teams of highly trained volunteers to libraries and schools and nonprofits and other community organizations. And when we send that team in, they are creative people, they are educators, they're people who genuinely care about the welfare of children. People need to donate to 916 Inc. because we're on the verge of something really amazing. Part of my daily job is to sort of hold back the floodgates. Because we are an all-volunteer organization and because we have very limited financial resources, we're not able to provide all the programming demands that are being asked of us. I have teachers calling, I have principals calling, families, nonprofits. Everybody wants a writing workshop for their youth. Everybody wants a book. And that's fantastic. And we want to do that. And we can do that. But we can't do it without more money.
People should donate to 916 Inc. if they care about literacy and if they care about kids. We're an exceptional organization. Like any exceptional program, we have some budget needs. Certainly, all the things we use in the classrooms, and I use classroom loosely because while learning is going on, it's sort of a carnival atmosphere.
I get so many people who want to volunteer their time with 916 Inc. And that's really fantastic. But we need to also make sure that we train those volunteers, that they get background checked and screened. And so one of the ways that we'll use the money from this Indiegogo campaign is to screen and train volunteers in order to make sure that we get the best volunteers and that we keep our kids safe.
Because there's nothing else like it in Sacramento, and it's a program that works. It works for teachers and it works for kids.